It is Saturday night hockey here live at Cockburn Ice Arena as we get set for this game between the Perth Inferno and the Melbourne Ducks. This is the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. I'll be your play-by-play commentator tonight. I'm Andrew McDougall, and alongside me is colour commentator and analyst Courtney Kinniston. Courtney, the Perth Inferno, they've finished on top of the standings for the regular season. They can't go anywhere else. They've got to sit there at number one. They'll enter the finals as the number one seed, and it's a contrast to the other end of the ice where the Melbourne Ducks are sitting at the foot of the standings, still searching for their first win, but it should be an entertaining game.
Yeah, absolutely. I find these sorts of games, the teams get to just let loose. So Perth will be looking to go into next weekend nice and strong. As you said, Ducks will be looking to push hard, try and get that win. And look, Perth Inferno will not be an easy team to battle against tonight. And we're in for a great show.
Absolutely, and the Melbourne Ducks, they obviously building into their season. They want to finish strong as well and try and get that first win. And it's been plenty of highlights across the season. There's been some games where they've really been in it. They've had an OT loss as well along the way. And one of the players that we were talking about before we came on air is one that stood out and we feel like has got a big future, not just for the Ducks but for Australian women's hockey, is Olivia Gargano in net for the Ducks, who has played 9 games this season. And I did mention to you, Courtney, that I do run the 6-Stub hockey account on Instagram, and Olivia Gargano was one of my goalie spotlights earlier in the season, and only 16 years of age, but got a bright future.
Absolutely, and look, she's had a tough season. Like, the Ducks have had a tough season overall, but I think the growth that they will get out of everything they've learnt is going to go a long way for building into next year. And at this point, that's exactly what they'll be looking at. What are the things that they've been working on throughout all the regular season? How can they finish this weekend as strong as possible? And the fact she's 16 is mind-blowing. I had no idea. And being a goalie, I think, is just a big mental challenge, and it's a big test because you can feel like goals that go in are your fault, even when you've got 5 players in front of you. So I just hope she can stick it out and makes the team next year and just comes back stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the other end of the ice as well for the Perth Inferno, we have Elizabeth Scarlett, who just continues to be a forever presence, I suppose, Courtney, for this Perth Inferno team. Always on a line with Sarah Salmons and Michelle Clark-Crumpton, continuing to put up points. 21 goals this season for Elizabeth Scarlett. And I think if you can get anyone who gets 20 goals in any competition of hockey around the world, it's a fantastic effort.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And look, that you just mentioned the line mates she plays with. They're 3 that stand out to me every week. And they work together so well. And when I spoke to them when Perth were in Newcastle at the start of January, each of them all said the same thing, and it's like their line mates make them look good. So you put 3 people together that are humble, they work hard, and then they work hard together, you get this unbelievable chemistry, and we see it week in and week out.
Absolutely. One of those line mates you were just talking about, Sarah Salmons, enters this weekend second on the scoring leaders for the competition, and Annie Fitzgerald for the Lightning is sitting at number 1 right now on 47, Salmons on 43. Fitzgerald doesn't play again until finals, so there's a chance now for Salmons to really put the foot down and maybe take that number 1 spot. Yeah,
I mean, she's got 2 games, and you know, the Ducks have got to stand up against a formidable line like that. So it's really going to test their defence. And look, I absolutely think we're going to see quite a few goals come out of Sarah. She's a gun. She just moves so well. She's agile. She's fast. So I think we'll see at least two goals, maybe even a hat trick. A little bit of prediction there. Might see some hat tricks coming out of that line this weekend.
We'll just pause now for some pre-game ceremonies.
Welcoming to the mic, Alicia Kelly. Perth Inferno would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands on which we play our ice hockey games this weekend, the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, and we extend that to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander here today. My name is Alicia Kelly and I'm very proud to be the president of Perth Inferno. We would like to welcome you here today to our charity round game. This year, a very worthy charity, the AWIHL Volunteer Firefighter Prize. We'd also like to thank others for joining us today, as well as all of our excellent fans. We'd like to welcome the American Consul General, Colleen Allstock, the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League Commissioner, Michaela Fellows. This season wouldn't have got to where it has without major sponsors. We'd also like to thank Auto Classic BMW, CD Dog, Head to Heel Recovery, F45 Natalie, One Shot Media, and of course the Cockburn Arsenal. Thank you very much.
And some special pre-game ceremonies there for the Perth Inferno as we have a look at the officials for tonight's game. Referees Owen Corral, Vincent Giblin, linespersons Sean Evans and Ollie Kogolopoulos. We just did have our pre-game ceremonies, Courtney, and the Perth Inferno did announce during the week, and they are wearing them tonight the special charity jerseys that will be auctioned off in support of Association of Volunteer Bushfire Brigades WA. Fantastic initiative, Courtney.
Absolutely. Particularly here in Australia, I think we face a lot of bushfires all around the country, and what a beautiful way just to sort of give back to their local community for the Inferno. And, it's a really relevant name. Inferno, you think fire. So, I think this is fantastic. So, jump on Facebook, look up Perth Inferno. It is the second post on their Facebook page. All the auction links are in there. You can get in and buy a jersey of your favourite player. So, jump on in, support a great cause, and look, I think they look pretty good. I'm looking forward to seeing it in action as they play. But so far my impression of these jerseys is they look incredible, and what a beautiful cause.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the jerseys look outstanding, and I think it's just a credit to the entire league as well, where we did see the Melbourne Ducks who were playing tonight. They did have their MND charity game, but they had the two other Melbourne AI clubs get involved and raise some money, and so it's great to see plenty of clubs across the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League getting involved with these charities. As we are underway here, the opening period here at Cockburn Ice Arena, a bit of a scramble between the two teams, with the Inferno, they're able to take it away, and they'll just play a D to D and go down that right wing. They'll get to the blue line and they'll just chip it in. They'll go in hard on the forecheck. We'll probably expect to see a lot of that during tonight's game. Mendham is able to skate clear for the Ducks, but puck does get taken away, and now the Perth Inferno on the attack, taking the blue line, looking to free their hands. The shoot was Noddle. The Ducks do well to get back defensively, take that opportunity away. It's now in behind the Ducks net, as Gargano is in net for the Melbourne Ducks tonight. As we did say pre-game, very bright future. Prosic just spins and turns and just plays that below the goal line. Gurkovic, the puck goes back to Prosic. He's trying to get it past the Perth Inferno players. They get trapped, but they lift it up and all the way back down the other end of the ice, and that'll be icing.
Look, an interesting start there for the Ducks. They had some possession, but they're going to have to really get those passes nice and crisp, because Inferno will just pinch it at every opportunity, and they'll do it well, and they'll use it. So it'd be good to see the Ducks just tighten up a little bit on that transition into the attacking zone.
Off the face-off, the Perth Inferno trying to win it. There's a loose puck. They win it now. Scala has it now down below the goal line. Feeds it back up to McClellan. Goes D to D. Back to McClellan now, looking to get a shot on goal, and the Ducks get a stick in there. Now they'll break clear now. Jelena Gurkovic gets to the red line and tries to dump it in, but it bounces off some shins of the Inferno, so they might be able to go back the other way. Little backhand pass gets broken up. And Wilson Allen played forward by the Ducks. The Inferno now through centre ice. Clark Crumpton has the puck. Feeds it to Salmons. Salmons gets a shot on goal. It goes in behind the net. No one there to get the scraps for the Inferno. Now the Ducks go back the other way and they get a shot towards King. And it bounces down below the goal. Puck fed forward, bouncing off the back of Salmons, who just backhands that one in. And the Inferno delayed offside. Zlikoviak was looking to go and collect that puck. The Inferno have it now. It's McKenzie, left circle, trying to feed it back in front. And they get a stick in there, the Ducks, just to break up that play. Aspen Cooper now at the blue line, back to McKenzie. Back towards Cooper, but the puck bounces out into the neutral zone. The Inferno will have to restart again. They just shovel that one forward. Plenty of time for the Ducks to try and work things through centre ice. That was Wilkinson getting stripped of the puck for the Ducks. Gets the puck back now. Just tries to bounce it off the boards. There's a weird bounce. Ends up going to the Inferno. It was Cooper, the defender, just dumps it in and it wraps around. Gives the Ducks some time to collect, play it forward. Gets past Wilkinson. It was Navatsas jumping up to keep it in for the Inferno. The Ducks able to push it out now. They'll go back, right back in again now. The Inferno, opportunity to shoot on goal, and that gets lifted high from Georgia McClellan. Jumping up off the blue line. Another shot towards Gargano, who deals with that one. A couple of opportunities for the Inferno. Wrap-around opportunity, and Gargano gets down with the right pad. Keeps that one out. The Inferno, all the pressure now in the duck zone. Opportunity, right circle, looking for some space to shoot. It's a bouncing puck. It's a loose puck in front and still digging away at it. It was Noddle. Gargano makes the save.
Look, some great plays from the Ducks there. So defensively, we're getting in the way and getting bodies in the way. So look, we'll see in this replay, the Ducks have got Perth tied up, so they don't get a clean shot, and it gives Gargano some time to just freeze that puck.
The Inferno on the attack again. Down below, Gargano spinning and turning. He's holding the puck, looking to feed it to the high slot, and they get a wrist shot towards goal, and that goes wide. There's another opportunity, and Gargano pushes across with the right pad, able to make the save, but the goal did come off its moorings.
Look, I'm still in awe of our conversation at the start of the broadcast that she's 16, and look how well, like that first couple of minutes of the game, and she's playing incredibly well. So if she can hold that up and the Ducks defense can just clear that puck, break it out, this will be a great matchup.
The Ducks now go forward through Mendham down that right wing, just chips it ahead, gets past Nelson. The Inferno have time now just to set things up from their own zone. Salmons now through centre ice, takes the blue line, tries to deke her way through at that right circle, loses the puck but able to regather and just dump it in. Clark Crumpton will go down there to try and collect as well. Scala, there's that line out there now, Scala, Salmons and Clark Crumpton. We have a whistle. It is one of those things too, Courtney, for a young goaltender as well, when you're getting pressured like we have here with Gargano from the Inferno. It can be unsettling, but she's settled in quite well.
Yeah,
she
looks
Gargano.
confident.
Absolutely. It's a shot on goal that goes wide and into the netting.
Yeah, just giving the goalie some love here. She looks confident. She looks calm, and she's just tracking that puck. So you watch her movement, watch her head. She just, at this point, she's tracking it with ease, which means her defense is standing solid in front of her.
These are the little things, if you're a Ducks fan, that you try and look for as they build into their first season and going into next year as well. As they go forward now, it does get held up by the Inferno, who will look to break clear. Reader couldn't quite control it as the Ducks got back to get some sticks in there. Mackenzie now trying to control it and feed it to Reader. Reader just chips it ahead and trying to get onto the puck now, and does, and gets a shot away, and that gets blocked from bodies in front. And now the Ducks will try and go back the other way. Newman just gets to the red line, dumps it in, no icing, waved away. The Inferno now, they'll go back on the attack, trying to push it down that left wing. The Ducks working hard now. Malcolm has some time and just tries to lob it up over to that right circle. Couldn't get a teammate on the end of it. The Ducks just wrap it around behind Gargano. Bailey, the Inferno captain, tried to find Malcolm. The Ducks will just push that out the other side. Cashin's there for the Ducks. The puck comes out into the slot. And the Ducks have some time. They still can't exit the zone though, as it gets dumped back in. Once again, Ryland tries to exit it out for the Ducks. Malcolm will take over in behind. Gargano feeds it back in front. And Cooper was jumping off the blue line. Couldn't get on the end of it. Noddle fired that one wide. Plenty of opportunities for the Inferno here. Noddle now down low, looking for someone in the blue paint. Flashes it across there, but the Inferno couldn't get a hold of it, and the Ducks able to force it out to the neutral zone. The Inferno, they'll look to go back on the attack, but strong on the forecheck of the Ducks here. Just trying to keep it in the zone. That was Kelly Nelson. He's had a fantastic season. The import for the Ducks gets on the puck now. Just spinning and turning. keeping control, gets a wrist shot towards goal, and a little redirect. Prosic tries to track that one down. And the Ducks dump it back in behind King. And they're trying to just get a bit of sustained pressure in the Inferno zone. It's the Inferno break out now, but picked off at centre ice, and Gurkovic with a big slap shot from the neutral zone. Scored one against the Melbourne Ice at O'Brien this season, ripping one from the neutral zone, so can score from there, Gurkovic. Now the Inferno trying to go down that right wing, but it's picked off again by the Ducks. Now taking the blue line. The Inferno get a shot towards Gargano, who makes the save and holds on.
Some great plays coming out of the Ducks, so we're going to see some of this happening on replay. So Perth try to get it out, but as you mentioned, that massive slap shot from the neutral zone is excellent. And cutting off the Inferno coming in on the blue line, this is excellent play from the Ducks.
The puck's in behind Gargano, and the Ducks will regather and try and get something going. Yes, they dumped that one back in the neutral zone, then had to come back for the late offside. Elected not to go alone. Puck finds its way all the way back behind the goal line, down in the Duck zone. How's a digging weight in that far corner. The puck finally does come out. The Ducks have plenty of numbers though. They're trying to feed it forward. Newman does feed it forward, but only as far as the Inferno defence. Now Salmons at the right circle now. He's got Clark Crumpton and Scala. Salmons now feeds it back in front. It's a bouncing puck. Now back the other way. Newman enters the zone. Gets a shot towards King. Straight into the logo. King holds on.
Now, something you and I know have discussed following Ducks games, Doogie, is that they look fantastic in period 1 and for a good portion of period 2, but then they'll sometimes slump in period 3. So I think a big challenge tonight will be to balance out that energy and maintain it the whole game.
Absolutely. Off the face off the Inferno. They'll go forward. Reader now cutting back in. Left circle. Reader trying to get a shot away. Does. Makes a save. Gargano. Reader didn't get much on it, but was able to force Gargano into a save. Reader has it now. Reader on the backhand trying to lift it past Gargano. That goes wide. Down at the end boards now. Inferno player goes over and we have a whistle. Well, the net has come off.
Some excellent poke checks and movement from Gargano. There was a sequence earlier where it was cutting across, but she just deflected it back the other way and it caught Perth off guard. She's having an excellent start to the game.
Cashin now for the Ducks, trying to go forward. The play does get broken up on the Inferno blue line. Now the Inferno trying to get a shot towards Gargano. Bounces out the other side. Reader just cutting back in the left circle, looking for a lane. The shoot does shoot, but lifts that high and it bounces off. And now the Ducks will go back the other way. Jelena Gurkovic with speed now. He's trying to get past Cooper. Cooper says no. And the puck deflects up into the netting.
Some great offensive zone attacking from the Ducks, where I feel like we're getting some quality time up this end. Sasha's got to keep an eye on that puck. The Inferno are working right now.
Face off to the right of King. The Inferno win it. They'll just dump it in behind King. As the Ducks try and trap it in. Inferno trying to set things up, just going D to D. Not liking what they see down that right-hand side. They'll come back and play it across ice. They try and go through centre ice now. The Ducks, though, they cut that one off. Malcolm regathers now. Just bounce that one off the boards, and Gurkovic will get back defensively. Gurkovic does well. Deeksin dangles her way through. Dumps it off now. Newman. Nelson trying to find space to shoot. Does shoot, but that goes wide. Cooper collects the rebound off the end boards. Just tries to clear it. They have time, the Inferno. Noddle just tips that one through centre ice. Goes all the way down to Gargano. Forces Gargano into a save. Johnson is trying to get past Scala. Couldn't. Scala does well. Goes all the way back to Gallagher. Inferno now. They go all the way back towards King. They'll spin and play it back into the neutral zone as they try and go forward. Salmons now with speed, takes the puck, enters the zone, cuts back in, left circle, gets a shot away, and Gargano makes a good save. Goes into the corner. Feed it back in towards the high slot, blue line area. Johnson, though, cuts that pass off. Will go in behind Gargano, Johnson, and just hold on to the puck and look to feed it off the boards. It's a bouncing puck. The Ducks can't control it. Now the Inferno do. Salmons circles back, and then backhands that one in behind the goal. Scala collects it, just bounces it off the boards and collects the puck herself. Ends up at the blue line as a wrist shot that gets broken up. Now the Inferno trying to feed it back in front. Now Cooper off the blue line gets a wrist shot, but that goes straight into the shins. And now back the other way. Here come the Ducks. Can they get something going here? Trying to get a shot away on King. That gets broken up with a stick. Gets fed back in front, but there's no one there for the Ducks. That was Wilson Allen for the Ducks. And now Salmons picking up speed. Takes the blue line, top of the right circle. Cuts back in. Goes down in behind the goal. Holds onto the puck. Now feeds it back into the slot. Trying to get a shot away. That was Georgia McClellan. As the puck ends up firing up into the netting.
Look, I'm seeing some excellent hockey tonight so far, Doogie, and I do want to just make a comment on the Ducks made an interesting time for the line change. Coming up against someone like Sasha King, they would have had a 2-on-1 opportunity, but the line's mate jumped off the ice. So I think an unfortunate timing.
Now it's a battle in that far corner. The Ducks trying to work their way out. Yates is there. Georgia McClellan just dumps it back in. The Inferno will go to work again. Back up to Georgia McClellan at the blue line. Just tries a bit of a slap shot, but it goes straight into Wilkinson. Shot towards Gargano. Definitely getting worked in this first period. The young goaltender, Georgia McClellan, now with a wrist shot towards Gargano, who makes a save. The puck bounces in behind the net. Two players fall over below the goal line. Now Cashin will go back the other way for the Ducks. And get to the red line and try and go alone, but a good stick in there from the Inferno. Now look to break free. All three zones as Catherine Bailey, the captain, trying to feed it back in front. And Gurkovic gets a stick in there to break that one up. The two defenders going at it. Leaves it for Noddle. Noddle now. Will take it down low, pressured by Nelson. Still has it, Noddle. He'll spin and try and play it towards the slot. The Inferno still have it below the goal line. Looking to find Noddle streaking in, but too much on that one. Cashin plays it forward to Nelson. Nelson collects a puck now and just retreats back into their own zone and play it across ice. Gurkovic at the red line. Happy to go back. That was Tran. Played it down that right-hand side. It's tipped by Nelson, so there's no... I was going to say there's no icing. There mustn't have been a tip there.
Some good end-to-end hockey. Inferno's getting opportunities down at this end that we see on screen now, but the Ducks are taking it up the other end, so I'm very much enjoying this matchup. Like, the shots on are a bit unbalanced, but we're getting some good skating, some good battles.
I think it probably highlights, Courtney, that the Ducks will have to take all of the opportunities that they get in this game today. As Cooper now for the Inferno. They'll try and go forward, but great defensive play there from Gurkovic, who's been all over the ice for the Ducks in this period and tries a big slap shot coming off the blue line. They keep it in the zone though. Now Nelson trying to feed it to in front towards King. Couldn't get a redirect. That was Mendham. Now the Inferno will go back the other way. Georgia McClellan now streaking in with speed. Left circle, trying to cut back in. Trying to lift it and scores past Gargano. Georgia McClellan with speed takes the zone. And the Inferno lead this one 1-0.
That was an excellent goal, and look, that is at the standard that I expect from Perth Inferno. Ducks goalie, she's all over it, she's tracking it, she's on that post, but McClellan just finds that space up over her shoulder, gets it in the back of the net. It looks like it went bar down even. What a fantastic goal.
I think we're all waiting for McClellan to maybe go across and try and go backhand, but decided to lift that one. What a beauty of a goal. And the Inferno lead this one 1-0, and they've been knocking on the door for the entire period. They get one past Gargano. Can the Ducks get a reply? They even things up late in this period. They try and chip this one in and try and chase after it. Inferno trying to work this out, and they'll try and go through centre ice. They do now through Reader. Just gets outnumbered at the blue line. Reader's able to keep it in and just backhand that one, and didn't get it as far as she thought she would. So Ducks played it down that right-hand side all the way down towards King. Inferno had plenty of time to try and set up. Cooper now. Aspen Cooper takes the blue line, gets a wrist shot towards Gargano, who makes a save. Goes into the corner. Digging away at it. 2 against 1 there for the Inferno as Malcolm goes in now to help Cooper in the corner as the puck is just stuck. Now the puck does come out as Noddle will try and track it down, but the Ducks do well to try and pressure. Now the puck is caught up against the boards again. Now it's down in behind Gargano as both teams trying to work away. Stringer finally able to get it out. Wilkinson finds Cashin. Will enter the zone. It's just worried off by Cooper, and Webb will take over. Selby Webb couldn't stick the pass, and the Ducks will have to retreat for the offside. And it gets caught up with the official there. Both teams just battling away. Inferno win the loose puck, and they'll go D to D as Aspen Cooper will take over and just feed it forward to Noddle. Noddle just loses the handle on that one. Now, Ducks get worried out of that play, but they'll continue to go forward. Ryland now takes the zone and gets the puck in behind King. They'll try and go in on the forecheck. The Ducks, though, able to break clear. They go down this left wing now. McKenzie just holds on to the puck and tries to feed it back in front. There's no one there for the Inferno. They keep it in the zone, though. There's a wrist shot towards goal, and Gargano makes a good save. Comes out to this near side, and McKenzie down low, feeds it back in front, looking for a Perth Inferno player to get on the end of it. There's bodies everywhere as the play is blown dead.
Moments like that, you can often see scrappy goals come out of them, but the Ducks have done well to just fortify that line and not let that puck get through.
See Gargano stretching out with the right leg.
Yeah. They can't be comfortable, but they do excellent warm-ups before games, so I'm sure she's fine. I would not be.
Me either. Prosic tries to break that up now. The Inferno trying to get a shot away. It goes wide and in behind Gargano. Salmon's trying to track that loose puck in behind the goal line. Feeds it back in front. There's an opportunity. Gargano's trying to keep it out and does. Fantastic couple of saves from Gargano.
Look, with the Ducks, it'd be very easy to fall into certain expectations based on their season, and I think they are blowing all of that out of the water with this display. Excellent defense, excellent hockey tonight.
Inferno dump it in behind Gargano. Ducks desperately trying to get that puck out of the zone. It's just repeat pressure here from the Inferno. They feed it back up to the blue lane, get a shot towards Gargano, but it goes wide. Inferno will get there first to track this puck down. Trying to backhand it in. Salmons now holding on to it. Finds Georgia McClellan, the goal scorer. There's a loose puck in front of Gargano, and Scala's able to get it past Gargano. Bounces on the loose puck, and they score. And they increase the lead 2-0.
We'll review that on the replay. I think this highlights just how important those screens are. So the shot comes in, Inferno is screening, she's able to turn and just find behind Gargano there. It's one of those ones that's very hard to defend as a goalie when you just can't track that puck all the way to your glove.
So the Inferno get another late one here. They take a 2-0 lead. And they're pushing up near 20 shots on goal to open the game in this first period. So Gargano's definitely being worked in between the pipes for the Melbourne Ducks. Now, can the Ducks get something going the other way late in this period? Wilson Allen now. Room to shoot, does shoot. Gets blocked in front. There's a loose puck. They're trying to track at the Ducks. They turn and spin on King again. There's another loose puck. There's a rebound opportunity. Couldn't quite collect it. The Ducks, though, they keep it in the zone. They just dump it back in towards King. Inferno get there and try and wrap it around the boards. Gallagher jumps up to keep it in and shovels it in behind King. Inferno, they will track it. Spinning and turning. Controlling the puck and just keeping a hold of it as the Ducks come in, and they keep it in the zone, Ducks. Just can't get any clear opportunities on net, though, as the Inferno bounce it off the boards, and now Noddle will break clear. Noddle now trying to cut back in the slot, get a shot away on Gargano. There's a loose puck as Gargano makes a save. 30 seconds remaining in the period as the Inferno get called for offside.
Some passion just really showing in that moment, like just coming together there. I think both teams are really keen to get a few points out of this game.
Off the face-off, the puck comes out to open space and the Ducks try and track it down, but the Inferno dump it in and they've got the delayed offside, so they have to retreat. 16 seconds remaining in the period, and the Ducks get something happening here in the final moments. They play that one down to King, forces King into a save.
Look, more great plays from the Ducks. They're skating well, they're moving it well. So they've just got to, I think the best way to score on Sasha King is they've got to get in there, 2 or 3 of them, move the puck, move Sasha around, make an open space.
Face off to the left of King. Ducks, they nearly win it, but the Inferno take it away with 4 seconds remaining. They get to the red line. They'll just dump that one in on Gargano, who's happy to just play it in behind the net. Rita will get there. The time will run out. And after 20 minutes of play here at Cockburn Ice Arena, it is the Perth Inferno. They lead this one 2-0. Georgia McClelland opened up the account for the home side. 5:18. And then Elizabeth Scala picking up goal number 15 of the season at 1:45. Someone we spoke about prior to the game, Courtney, Elizabeth Scala continuing on that goal scoring streak.
Absolutely.
But an interesting game. They did test Gargano a hell of a lot in that first period, but the Ducks definitely had their chances.
Absolutely, and if they can carry that energy into period 2 of how they just played, they'll have some great opportunities. So,
Absolutely.
Yep. We're going into this intermission. I am very excited. Doogie, you created a video for the Melbourne Ducks. You were able to film at their first home game and published it this week. Do you want to just give us a little intro into the video, and we're going to roll into that for intermission?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have access for the Melbourne Ducks opening game of the season against the Sydney Sirens and speak to head coach Jeremy Muir and Vicky Prosek and Kelly Nelson as well, and do a couple of interviews and take some footage around the rink and get a feel for the Melbourne Ducks and what they're trying to build out at Ice HQ in the season. That they understand where they're at and they understand the journey that they're on, which you can see each and every week that they're continuing to get better. And it was great to sit down with the entire Ducks organisation and get the access that they did give me, especially inside the locker room and things like that. So hopefully people enjoy the video that I put out on the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League and just trying to help this league continue to grow. So with that, we'll have an ice cut here for a first period intermission. We'll come back for a big second period between the Perth Inferno and the Melbourne Ducks. The Inferno lead this one 2-0. Originally formed in 2021 as an exhibition team, the Melbourne Ducks hit the ice as part of the Pacific Hockey League's one and only season in 2022. After a stint out of the game, the Ducks are back. But this time, it's not the men, it's the women. The newest expansion team into the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League are about to hit the ice for the 2025-2026 season. Their first home game against the Sydney Sirens, the Ducks are ready to make their mark.
Super excited. It's been training for working towards it for 2 years now. So yeah, just it's so good that the day finally come. We get to play our first official game in the league. We've worked so hard, trying to put it together over the last couple of seasons, and just to have it all finally come together, and see all the girls put the hard work in. Just to say, I get the reward for their efforts. It's always been up in the air at times in the last couple of summers about whether it would happen or not until we did get officially accepted by the league. So the players have been looking forward to it, especially the ones who have played in the AWIHL before. So they're looking really forward to getting the official games back on the games played ticked off in the official stats.
Oh, it's incredible. I think, I would love to see in a couple of years having 3 Melbourne teams or double teams everywhere. I think the more women that get involved in sport, everybody wins. So I think it's really positive.
The player warm-ups were done, and as the crowd filed in, I was given pre-game access to the locker room as head coach Jeremy Muir had his first ever pre-game speech in Ducks history.
So hopefully everyone's super excited.
Oh, yeah.
If we are crossing that threshold of excitement, let's make sure we take those 2 deep breaths and just regulate ourselves back down so we're not too anxious. So if you are looking, Jazz, give me that look. So if you are anxious, just do 5 or 6 just regulated deep breaths to bring yourself back down that 1 notch. But a bit of nervous excitement is a good thing, and it shows that we care. It shows we're ready to go. So remember, keys to the game. Let's make sure we own the net front at each end. Yep, and make sure we're whipping back through that middle on the back check. Try and push them all out wide. And just to re-emphasise what we said the other day at training, really important that as with every game, things aren't always going to go away. So every time we come off the rink, let's make sure we're talking to the line mates on the bench, constructive feedback to each other, discuss what we could do better next shift, what went really well that shift, and let's get ready to refocus and get after the next shift again, okay? Short shifts, not playing beer league anymore, so let's make sure we got those short shifts, smart changes, so we got the wheels to go all weekend long. All good? Right, that's in.
The pre-game speech was done and the game plan set, it was now up to the Ducks players to hit the ice in their very first game in front of their home fans at the Pond in this expansion era of the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. They were facing the Sydney Sirens in Game 1 of this new Melbourne Ducks era.
So I got my citizenship in New Zealand about 2 years ago. I had my first year eligible to play for the national team, and Vicky's always been trying, our teammate Vicky. I've known her since Queenstown about 8 years ago. She's always been trying to get me to come over. We played in beer leagues together, and this year I was kind of like, you know what, why not? I'm not getting any younger, and let's give it a go.
Can you compare the Australian league to New Zealand at all?
I don't want to yet, just because it's been one game and one practice. We only flew in last week, Caitlin and I, so I'm sure there will be notes, but comparing them so far, like, they're close. It's faster. There's more imports in the Australian league, which is great. Yeah.
And what is it like to play here at Ice HQ? It's obviously, it's not like the biggest arena going around. It's very grassroots, but there's a lot of passionate Ducks fans.
Oh yeah, seeing all the fans out there tonight was incredible, especially in Melbourne when the city's so like spread apart. I'm living out in Lilydale, which is like an hour and a half on traffic, like hour 5 minutes to get to the rink. So I say we take a road trip in every time. But to see all these people show up tonight was amazing. Hopefully they'll show up tomorrow and we'll tighten up our game. Maybe get rid of that goose egg on the scoreboard.
One of the cool features at Ice HQ is the upstairs bar, fitted out with pool table, couches, stools, tables, everything you need to enjoy the game in comfort behind the glass as families gather to take in the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League.
Hopefully we'll play a very exciting brand of hockey. That's what we're aiming for. So lots of fast pace up and down the rink, lots of puck possession. And hopefully, just lots of pucks to the net, increase the scoring chances, and hopefully give the fans something to cheer about if we can score a few more goals than we did in the previous couple of years. So.
Ice HQ is also home to CCM Australia. Not only do they sponsor the Ducks, but they also provide everything you need for the beer league hockey player, from pants, sticks, helmets, skates. You can even get them sharpened. And while you're in there, you can even check out some Australian Women's Ice Hockey League up on the big screen. It's a cool shop, especially for beer leaguers. It's something that we don't really have in Australia, and an official shop as well. And it's awesome if you're into CCM gear. And I must admit, it's something that I use when I play here at Ice HQ.
Did you have any goals or anything when you arrived in Australia playing here?
I just thought just to have fun with it. Obviously we all have goals. We want to make this, our team, the Ducks, a winning team as the first season, or at least, stay competitive. So just build relationships, enjoy the time.
With the game done and a tough loss to the Sydney Sirens in the Melbourne Ducks' very first Australian Women's Ice Hockey League game, head coach Jeremy Muir was regrouping in the locker room to get the team ready for tomorrow and the rest of the season.
Okay, so first of all, good overall effort out there. The same as every year when we first start off, it's always that adjustment to the pace. It's very quick out there. Most of you have had a go at it before, but never in the full season. So like we discussed, we're not getting, like last year, for example, and the year before, we're quite often getting teams when they've got 4 20 players dressed, and they've got their young kids in there, or the reserves or whatever, and they're just rolling the lines 1, 2, 3, 4. We discussed the fact during the week we're not going to get that anymore, especially at home. At home, everyone brings their top 15. They're going to bring the 15-year-old kids and give them a little bit of recline when they're on the road. They bring their top 15 on the road. Right, so every home game we have is going to be like this. It's going to be all the best players from the teams coming, flying around 100 miles an hour. So, we already sort of know that, so deep in our mind, but it's just a question of obviously now we've seen it again, and it's back in the, it's really fresh in our mind. So it's just a question tomorrow. Now, we'll have a chat afterwards, once you guys get back in here, those of you will come to dinner and things, we'll improve again tomorrow. But we'll make a few little adjustments, everyone will come mentally prepared for the pace that's required out there and all the rest of it. And tomorrow is a new game. If we got our first little taste today, if we won, that would have been fantastic. But we know it's our first year in the league, so betting wise or probability wise, this is probably the expected result in our first game. As much as we don't like to admit that. So let's just make sure we learn as much as we can from today. And we regroup, we come back in tomorrow, not like dragging our heads, or not with our heads down, dragging our feet or anything like that. Let's walk out of here, let's be positive, let's just talk about what we can do better without being like overly critical with each other, that type of thing. And let's just make sure tomorrow we step up. So let's try and get a win tomorrow. If we don't get a win, let's at least try and shorten this, try and get that score closer in until we're improving game by game. All good? Game by game improvement is what we're looking for. All good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was awesome getting out there. It's been something that's been in motion for years and years and years. So yeah, not the result we wanted, but hey, we can only go up from here sort of thing. So it was great to actually be on the team with the girls for the first time, and we're already thinking about Sunday.
You've been here like in part of the system for a long time, getting the Ducks to this point. What does it feel to go through that system, I suppose, like over the years and building in the exhibition games, and it's been a bit of a grind, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a process, and I think they do that for a reason, and I think it really works out the way they do it. Last year, definitely, especially with the off-ice element, because unfortunately you don't get as much on-ice time, so I think the build-up over the years is good to get to this point, and now that we're in the league, we just got to keep on building.
Despite the Ducks being the new kids on the block in the AWIHL, there's a sense of something special building here at the Pond, with a passionate, core Melbourne Ducks fan base packing the stands in the glass for Melbourne's newest Australian Women's Ice Hockey League team.
Yes, we love you guys. We appreciate you coming down to the Pond. We need loud fans. We want to fill up this place every time. The louder you are, the better we'll even play. So let's fill up the Pond and let's get her done.
Welcome back to Cockburn Ice Arena as the Perth Inferno lead the Melbourne Ducks 2-0 after one period of play. Goals through Georgia McClellan. A beautiful forehand goal, lifting it top shelf, and Courtney said it did go bar down, and then Elizabeth Scala getting one past Olivia Gargano. I am Andrew McDougall, your play-by-play commentator. Alongside me is Courtney Kenniston as our colour commentator and analyst. We are Thought Fox Media Group. This is the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League, live across AWIHL.tv on YouTube. So drop a comment in the chat, give it a like and a subscribe. It all helps the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League grow. Courtney, as we did say at the end of that first period, it was an interesting first period because the Ducks did have their chances. The Perth Inferno were all over them though, 17 shots to 2 in that first period. And it just feels like if the Ducks are going to get something from this weekend here in Perth, the limited opportunities that they look like they're going to get, they have to take those chances.
Absolutely, and look, they've got that first step right. Their skating is really good. They're making some good passes, and in spite of the low shot count, they actually spent quite a bit of time in the offensive zone moving it around. So, this period, next step, keep that energy and take a few more shots on. So we'll just review the head-to-head from that period. So Inferno have taken the lead and have those better stats. But would you agree, Doogie, that the Ducks are putting up a good fight?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's obviously added a few different shots as well, 19-4, and you feel like the Ducks have, especially one of the standouts was Gurkovic in that first period, able to get forward off the blue line and really cause some havoc with skating and shooting. So they are definitely getting their chances, and I wouldn't say that even though they're down 2-0, Courtney, I wouldn't say they're out of the game at all.
Absolutely not. And if they can just maintain their energy, that's something I've noticed throughout the season, that it can start to drop off about halfway through this period. So if they can find a way to play the full 60 minutes and make the Inferno skate, they will wear them down. And as I mentioned in that first period as well, really they need to be attacking with 2 or 3 skaters. They need to make Sasha King move from side to side and open up that gap in the net to get a good shot on.
Yeah, absolutely. Another healthy crowd in here tonight as well at Cockburn. We did see that last time the Perth Inferno played here on a Saturday night. We did have some of the Perth Thunder players in attendance as well, stacking up the beers in the corner. We do have people, Courtney, tuning in from all around the world as usual as well. We do have David Joseph from Reservoir in Victoria, which is the home of the Ducks. We do have Frank Lambert, who always tunes in from Montreal, Canada as well. Rockingham, WA, Hurstbridge, Victoria. So we've got people from all over the place. It's fantastic to see, isn't it?
Absolutely. And hello to everyone viewing tonight's broadcast.
I hope you're enjoying myself and Courtney as there was a shot from the neutral zone. Forced Sasha King into a save, and it was a weird bounce too. So the Ducks straight in on the attack, getting the first shot of this second period. First shot on goal as it goes all the way down towards the Ducks net. They'll play it out. Prosic trying to trap that puck off the boards and trying to feed it through centre ice to Nelson. It's cut off by Cooper. Had a strong first period as well, Cooper. Now Gurkovic has the puck for the Ducks, just holding onto it, spinning and turning and just protecting the body well. And able to enter the zone now and just cut back, but does lose the puck. The Inferno look to break clear. Noddle loses that one. Ducks now. Johnson will take the blue line. Leaves it to Newman, who tries a wrist shot towards King, and there's a weird deflection. It went in behind the net. King was tracking it. Gallagher now gets a wrist shot towards King, and King gloves that one and holds on, but a positive start in his second period.
I just want to focus in on something you said then, Doogie. It's like just King was tracking it, and she does it incredibly well. Every puck, I swear, she knows exactly where it is, exactly where it's coming from, and she by far has to be one of the best goalies in this league.
Absolutely. He's played every game this season for the Perth Inferno. Absolutely outstanding performance to suit up for every single game as Sarah Salmons now with speed go through all 3 zones and then dump that one off. Finds a puck again now down behind the goal. Gets worried off it by the Ducks. They'll go forward. And that'll be icing.
So the jersey auction is absolutely going off on the 32 auctions. The QR code on the screen will take you straight through to it. It'll be no surprise to a lot of people. Maria Noddle's jersey is currently got the highest number of bids. Jump on, bid for your favourite player.
Yes, Marina Noddle is a very popular figure amongst the Perth Inferno and Perth hockey fans and family. So it's no surprise at all. It's been a joy to watch Noddle over the years play in the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. Now Salmons, high slot, Deaking and Dangley gets through. Salmons now trying to get past Gargano and scores. Sarah Salmons with speed and hands extends the Inferno lead. They lead 3-0.
She is one of those players that I imagine would be incredibly hard as a defence person to see coming at you. And look, I'm not at all surprised that she's got some points. And look, skating from the blue line, deking through. Unfortunately, the Ducks defence didn't really do much to stop her there, so she got a great shot on and absolutely capitalised.
Sarah Salmons gets the first goal in this second period after a positive start from the Ducks. They find themselves further behind now. You're quite right, Courtney. Just needed to get a stick in there or something just to disrupt the skating of Salmons. As they feed it across the slot there, there's no one home. Cash in for the Ducks, just trying to clear it out, but Inferno doing a good job to keep it in now. Rita trying to track that loose puck and has it now. Backhands it towards Akoviak. Goes into the far corner. Rita now collects it left circle, trying to get a shot away. That goes wide. Webb now jumps up off the blue line. That's Zoe Webb. Rita now dumps it in down low, looking for Mackenzie. Finds a puck again, Rita. Sticking to the blade at the moment. Inferno trying to get a shot away. It goes wide. Bounces all the way back up to Webb, who just tries to dump it in towards goal. Webb jumps up again to keep it in. Colliding with Morgan. Rita goes in and just sort of shovels it in behind the net. Tracks after her own puck and continues on. It's got Noddle in for support. Just gets trapped in this corner now. They're batting away. Everyone digging away at it. The puck comes out. Noddle now trying to control a loose puck. Rita trying to get a shot on goal. Now the Ducks, they finally relieve the pressure. They're trying to chip it out. It's Ryland, sorry. Now the Inferno keep it in through Noddle. Great hands from Noddle. Now it gets a wrist shot towards goal and it deflects off a body. We have a whistle.
Some great movement from Marina there in trying to get it on net. And look, some great defensive play from the Ducks to get their bodies in the way, and that's what they need to do. On Salmon's goal, they just sort of gave her a pathway to skate through, whereas you put your body in the way, you're going to make it much harder for them to get quality shots on.
Face off to the right of Gargano. Inferno win it. Cooper now. Bailey will play it to that left circle across to Cooper. Just retreats back up to the blue line. Finds Bailey. Bailey now just walking the blue line. Goes to Cooper and a one-timer on goal. It goes wide. Bailey now, high slot. It's the Inferno on the power play here. Cooper all the way back up to the blue line. High slot now, wrist shot towards goal, and that's blocked by Nelson. Getting the body in the way. Salmons tries to track that one down. Clark Crumpton down below. Another shot on goal. It is a big block in front again by the Ducks. Getting the body on the line. Cooper. Salmons. Goes below the goal line. Just holds onto the puck. Circles right around. Gets it back, Salmons. Now one-timer and another block. That was from Cooper. And a great block in front by Mendham. Just tries to wrap that around and clear the zone. Can't get it out, so it's a long shift here for the Ducks. Cooper, top of that right circle, gets a shot on goal. Another block by Mendham. He'll try and clear it and can't as Cooper comes across and gets the legs in the way. And then Nelson will go back the other way for the Ducks. All alone, Nelson. Goes up towards the corner, just pulls the brakes on. It's just trying to hold the puck up. Now Salmons will go back the other way. Salmons. Scala just trying to free the hands and feeds it across the blue paint. And goes out the other side as the Ducks just whack that one all the way down the other end of the ice. As time's winding down now on the Wilkinson penalty. Inferno get a wrist shot towards goal and that's blocked. They track it down, they keep it in the Duck zone. And the Ducks able to retrieve it through Gurkovic. They try and get something going forward here. They push it all the way back down towards the goal line in behind King. Inferno get there first though. They would escape clear. They'll try and go across ice, but it's broken up by the Ducks. Just go straight into the body. Koviak just left to say Johnson took over and just fired a shot towards goal. It was well wide. It goes out the other side in the Inferno. They'll try and go back the other way. It gets caught in the skates of Rita. So Ducks just bounce it off the boards through the neutral zone. Just trying to relieve some pressure. Inferno tip it into the Duck zone. They're able to control it and bounced off the boards, and they'll try and go back the other way. Just trying to track that in the skates was Morgan. Couldn't. Now the Ducks, they just chip it in and try and chase and go in on the forecheck. The Inferno, though, go in behind King and spin and play it back out the same side that they came. The Inferno. Cashin. Both teams just struggling to get clean entry into their zones, and some puck possession time as the Inferno play all the way back to Abby Webb, who just sort of dumped that in towards the Ducks' goal, but there's plenty of bodies in there, but they do well. The Inferno is not all putting on the forecheck. In behind Gargano now, trying to wrap around on the backhand. Pushes that out the other side. As players come together. It's in that far corner now. It's trying to feed it towards Scala, who gets the puck now. Scala trying to control it. Still has a Scala, tries to feed it back in front. There's a shot towards Gargano. It's from Clark Crumpton, and Gargano makes a save.
Look, a big save when Crumpton's on the ice. I think she's done well. You're watching that replay, you can see she's following that puck every movement. Some great skating from the Inferno. So the Ducks have really got to come together and just make sure that they're getting in the way, making those crisp passes to get it out of the zone.
It's a loose puck on offer here, and the Inferno trying to track it. The Ducks get a stick in and push it out to the neutral zone, and Inferno will get there first, but the Ducks able to take control in the Inferno zone. Now this gets caught in behind the goal line, and Salmons will get the loose puck and feed it forward. They'll continue to push it on down that left wing, the Inferno. Trans there for the Ducks, trying to hold it up at the end board. Scala goes in, Nelson's digging away as well. Clark Crumpton feeds it back up to the blue line to Cooper, back to Clark Crumpton. Clark Crumpton now just holding onto the puck, trying to feed it back towards Zoe Webb, but it's cut off by Prosek. Tries to go out to the right hand side, but the Inferno cut that off and just dump it in again. Gurkovic now will collect. Trying to play that out of the zone. The Inferno keep it in, and a big slap shot from Scala, and it was redirected in front by Clark Crumpton. He got the rebound off the glass and tried to feed it back in front now. Going back the other way, Gurkovic for the Ducks will take the blue line, just pull the brakes on, leave it for Nelson. Nelson back to Gurkovic. Gurkovic now trying to feed it back to Nelson. They get a shot towards goal. It goes wide. Mendham circling, getting a shot towards King in front, looking for a redirect. It was a loose puck, and King able to cover up.
I thought we might have an opportunity there. I saw the initial puck just sort of roll back out again, but King's done incredibly well to gather that up. I think we see too that the Ducks screen getting in the way, but the Perth defence moving her on, getting her out of the way, giving King time to gather that puck up.
We see the shot count 26-8 in favour of the Inferno, so it's one of those rare opportunities where the Ducks have had a screen in front of King, looking for a redirect and getting a good opportunity on goal. We'll do the face-off all over again to the right of King. Have to face off the Inferno, take it away. They'll play that in behind King. They'll go across ice now, looking to stick the passes. Gallagher chases this one down, and that'll be icing.
A good skate from the Ducks to make sure they lock in that icing call too. The Inferno skater was coming on fast, but look, we go back up this end. Ducks have an opportunity. They're starting in their offensive attacking zones, so if they can move it around a little bit, create that gap, get some shots on out of this, they might be able to just close that gap a little bit in the score.
It only takes one, doesn't it, Courtney, to get something going?
Absolutely. The momentum that can come out of just getting one.
And we do have finals next weekend between the top four, which is the Perth Inferno, the Brisbane Lightning, Melbourne Ice, and Sydney Sirens. So scan the barcode on your screen to book your finals tickets. They are selling fast. Off the face-off now, the Inferno, they'll look to go on the attack, and they do here. Now, Reader now, one-on-one. Reader on the backhand, lifts it and scores! Sophie Reader, a beauty of a goal. Extends the Inferno lead 4-0.
I love goals like that where she was clearly so patient about what she was going to do. Made it look like she was going to take the shot. makes the goalie commit to that post, commit to that save, and then just takes that step to bring it up and over her side pad. And look, the Ducks goalie, she moved well. Gargano, she moved across, but it just wasn't quick enough. And that's what you can do as a skater when you commit the way the way she did. That's how you get goals.
A beauty from Sophie Reeder extends the lead for the Perth Inferno. So a fantastic season, Sophie Reeder. Not so much on the score sheet in terms of points bobbing up here. And there's the Ducks now. Nelson with a shot on King. He makes a save and the puck goes in behind the goal. But Sophie Reeder does all the hard work for the Inferno. They feed it back in front again as a bouncing puck looking to spin and shoot. Nelson trying to track that puck on the backhand, feeds it towards King. As a loose puck, they're digging away at it. Mendham's there as well. The puck comes out. They've still got control of it. The Ducks are trying to feed it in front of the backhand opportunity. Falling. King makes a save. That was Prosic.
What a sequence from the Ducks. Some great pressure. This is the kind of hockey they got to play when they come and face Perth Inferno.
Some big opportunities. Even that one from Vicky Prosic falling over. Able on the backhand, get enough on it to force King into a save. So a good little patch there for the Ducks. Have to try and string a few together as the Inferno go forward. Just losing their handle on that one. The Ducks will take over, trying to feed it down that right-hand side. It did come out of the zone, so the Inferno have to retreat for the delayed offside. It gives the Ducks some time to set up their play. They feed it through centre ice, but it's cut off by the Inferno. Bailey pushes that one forward. Falling over and slamming into the corner. So the Inferno players. And the Ducks trying to get out of their zone down behind the goal line. They do now. Gallagher has got time to skate clear into the neutral zone and get to the red line, spinning and still controlling it, doing well. Now they get a shot towards King, who makes a save, and there's a weird rebound. Now they go back the other way, the Inferno. Scala to Salmons. Salmons now. A shot from big slap shot coming in off the blue line from Bailey.
It looked like it went straight up. I don't know how tall the roof is in there, but I imagine if it's gone that high for a whistle, and judging by the ref's signal, it might have hit the roof.
Possibility. Did rocket up there. Now Cooper coming in off the blue line, trying to wrist shot. It goes into the legs of Salmons, who was hopping for a little bit. That must have hurt. They're still keeping it in the Inferno. Now Scala's got the puck, right circle. Scala with time. Scala shoots. Not sure if Gargano made the save or went straight behind. And Scala still got it, feeds it across. Another shot on goal. That was from Clark Crumpton. Gargano got across and made the save. Scala now down low, feeds it in front to Salmons. It beat everyone. Ducks can't get it out. Salmons has it now. Nice little backhand pass. Now the shot on goal, and Gargano can't make the save, and they score. Aspen Cooper gets the goal for the Inferno. They lead 5-0.
We've said it a couple of times now, but that is an absolutely lethal line from the Inferno. They are so strong. Just the way that Salmons so perfectly backhands that back and creates that opportunity, because the defenders are drawn out to where she is, but she sent it behind her, makes the gap, and they capitalise. What an excellent sequence. Also very hard to defend for the Ducks defenders.
And it's someone like, as the Perth Inferno go on the attack again, it's someone like Aspen Cooper, Courtney, who is a defender but almost acts like a fourth forward, as they now look to get another shot towards Gargano, and a redirection in front. It goes wide. As the puck now comes out to the neutral zone. Prosic just bodies Reeder off that puck, and Nelson will try and go forward. Still has the puck, does Nelson. takes the blue line now and chips it and look to try and chase after her own puck. It's collected by the Inferno. Reader couldn't get on the end of that one. Gurkovic now. Tries to play it off the boards, but Reader does well to cut that one off. Now right circle gets a shot. That goes across the face of goal. Georgia McClellan can't handle that one now. Nelson going back the other way for the Ducks. Pounces on the loose puck, trying to cut back in on the forehand. Didn't have the space to do so. The Inferno take it away. In behind King. Noddle tapping the stick on the ice and gets the puck now. Takes the blue line, just trying to protect the puck. The one hand, still has the puck now. Noddle gets a wrist shot towards goal. It's a body in front blocking that one. The Inferno able to keep it in the zone. Gurkovic will get back there for the Ducks. They feed it across ice to Wilson, Allen. Johnson now for the Ducks. Just gets pushed out wide. Now it's stuck along the boards. Gallagher goes in there to help. Johnson trying to dig away at it. Georgia McClellan takes the puck away and just bounces off the end boards. It goes out the other side for the Inferno. Try and backhand that one, but the Ducks do well to keep it in. Inferno, they get the loose puck though. They go back on the attack, the Inferno. Looking for a shooting lane. It's Noddle, does shoot towards goal, goes wide. Still pressuring the Inferno. The Ducks just trying to lift it out. They can't. It gets caught near the blue line. The Inferno can't keep it in. The Ducks will go back on the attack now. Get to the blue line and fire one in towards King as they make a change. Abby Webb, plays it from defence down that left wing. Puck goes in down below the goal line now from the Inferno. Backhands that one down low. Scala with a shot towards goal. It goes wide. Scala gets it now. Finds Clark Crumpton. Clark Crumpton down low to Scala. Still has it. Scala. Right circle. Backhand towards Clark Crumpton down low to Salmons. Salmons now. Backhands that one towards Clark Crumpton. We'll backhand that one to Scala. Sticking to those three players at the moment. Salmons. Spinning and turning. Scala will take over. There's a loose puck as bodies go down. It was Morgan. Puck comes back out to the blue line. They'll go D to D. Bailey trying to get a shot away. It goes across the face of goal and no one can get on the end of it. Salmons backhands that one down low. Plenty of time for the Inferno here to get a shot towards goal. It goes wide. Cashin trying to clear it for the Ducks. Can't. Clark Crumpton gets there first. Salmons now takes over, spinning and turning. Feeds it back in front, looking for a one-time opportunity. The Inferno couldn't get it away. The Ducks able to clear. Inferno just take control in the neutral zone. They'll play it through to the defenders. A nice pass through. And a backhand opportunity now. Lakoviak fires one in. A big save from Gargano. A nice little backhand pass. Korosik now. Through centre ice. Take the blue line. Gets pressured off the puck. Had Nelson in for support. They just shovel that in behind King, the Inferno. They'll try and go down that left wing. They're sticking some nice passes now, the Inferno. They'll skate clear now. That's McKenzie. Takes the zone. Spinning near that left circle. Back up to the blue line. A wrist shot towards goal. His body's in front, blocking that one for the Ducks. The Inferno able to dump it down low, though. Now feed it back in front and get a shot towards goal. And Gargano makes a big save. Bounces in behind the net. The Inferno still have control. Spinning and turning. Looking to feed it, and a wraparound opportunity is a loose puck and a good. Another big slap shot from the Inferno. Gargano makes a save. It was Nelson who was able to push that one out for the Ducks. It was sitting in the blue paint. They survived that one, the Ducks, and now Nelson through centre ice trying to pick up some speed. Can't. The Ducks able to keep it in though. Newman can't get around Noddle. They'll play it down that left-hand side, the Inferno. Ducks do well to get back defensively. Nelson trying to track that puck near the red line. He'll play it across ice. And they'll just backhand that one in. They'll make a change, a partial change. The Ducks chasing that puck down. It's Willis and Allen in behind King. Now it's a loose puck in the slot. The Ducks trying to get a stick on it. Inferno able to survive that. Little loose puck, a weird bounce. Now Gallagher with time to shoot and does shoot. And Gallagher scores! The Ducks get one. It was a weird bounce off the boards and Gallagher had time to shoot. The Ducks get their first of the game. It's 5-1.
That there is case in point for why you've just got to take the shots. How important just taking those shots are. And look, I was sitting here thinking it's been such a long time since we had a whistle. And I would almost say that King had 2-3 of her own players just crossing over in the middle there that just helped usher that puck straight through and past her. I don't think she would have been able to track that. And yeah, really good job by the Ducks to push through. And it should give them a bit of energy. I hope to see a bit of fire after that and a bit of momentum in their favour for the next at least minute and a half at the end of the period.
They're definitely working hard, the Ducks, in this game. And when you look at the shot count for this period, it's quite even between the two teams as the Inferno get that loose puck. They get a shot towards goal. It's a good save from Gargano. Still got it, the Inferno in front. There's a loose puck. The Ducks, they just bounce it off the boards and get it out of the zone. Now a big slap shot, and that's blocked. I'd love to see the block count from the Melbourne Ducks in this period. Putting their bodies on the line. Salmons leaves that one for Bailey. They go D to D. Can't get a clean shot away as the Ducks try and get out of the zone. Under a minute remaining. Scala now just pushes that one in behind to Clark Crumpton. Clark Crumpton still has it. Tries to feed in front to Scala. It gets tangled up. Georgia McClellan now the wrist shot towards Gargano, who makes a save. The Ducks just trying to get out of the zone. Scala dumps it back in behind Gargano. And a backhand pass in front. And another shot. That was from Salmons and just roofs that one high. 26 seconds remaining in the period. Georgia McClellan jumps up to keep it in. Down low. Inferno looking to feed it back in front. They do now. They're one-timer. And Gargano makes a save.
I just want to comment on Colette Morgan. She's having an unbelievable game. She's the one that blocked that big slap shot. Looks a bit uncomfortable, but she's right in there on Marina, blocking the ability to take a shot there. She's putting her body on the line. She's physical and skating so well. So she's definitely becoming a favourite of mine from the Ducks.
Off the face-off. The wrist shot towards Gargano makes a save. The puck goes in behind the net. It's a loose puck. Gagurkovic now, happy just to lift that one up and out as time's winding down. Nelson trying to track that one, but the buzzer goes to end the second period. And it was all the Perth Inferno on the score sheet. 3 goals in that period for the Perth Inferno. Salmons, Reader and Cooper. And Gallagher picked one up late for the Melbourne Ducks, and I believe that is the first goal in AWIHL career for Niamh Gallagher. Courtney. And as the Perth Inferno lead this one 5-1, but a more even shot count in that second period, 10-15 in favour of the Inferno. So a more of an even game, but the Inferno still finding a way to hit the back of the net.
Absolutely, and look, it's one of the better second periods I've seen come out of the Melbourne Ducks, and if they can keep that up in period 3 and use some of the momentum, they scored the last goal of the period, they just need to catch their breath, come out and just keep fighting just as hard. 20 minutes is a long time. One goal every 4 to 5 minutes, they can catch up. So, they are still in it, and they've just got to come out and just grind away at it.
We'll have a second intermission, we'll have an ice cut, and we'll come back for a big third period here at Cockburn Ice Arena. Stay with us. We are back here at Cockburn Ice Arena for this Australian Women's Ice Hockey League game between the Perth Inferno and the Melbourne Ducks. And the Perth Inferno are leading this one 5-1 after 2 periods. And we have a look at their head-to-head stats after 2 periods of play. As we did say, the Inferno leaving at 5-1. 35 shots to 14 in favour of the Inferno. Sasha King with a .929 save percentage, and Olivia Gargano 8-5-7. 1 penalty to the Ducks, and no power play goals so far in this game. And it was a 3-goal second period for the Perth Inferno to increase their lead after they were leading 2-0 after 1 period of play. And we have a auction going at the moment for the Perth Inferno, a bushfire charity auction for their jersey that they're wearing tonight, especially. Just scan the barcode there and head over to the auction and have a bid on a game-worn jersey from the Perth Inferno tonight. A very important cause, as bushfires do affect us all across Australia. As we are underway here in this third period, and it is Gurkovic for the Melbourne Ducks, just feeding it from in behind the net. And Perosic now looking to play it over into the corner there. The Ducks do get there first. And he's in behind King now. Perosic now trying to wrap around opportunity, and King gets down and makes a good save. There's another opportunity, and Nelson scores off the rebound. The Melbourne Ducks get the first one in the third period. Score is now 5-2.
That is an excellent way for the Ducks to come back and start that period. They've carried on the momentum of getting that goal in late in the second. And this is an excellent start to the third period. I think there'd be a few Ducks fans out there that know that the third period doesn't always go their way. And look, you love to see it. Love to see that celebration. And let's see if they can just keep going and keep fighting.
It's goal number 12 on the season for Kelly Nelson, who's been a fantastic import signing for the Melbourne Ducks in their first season. It's been in amongst the points all year. He gets this one early in the third. And now the Inferno looking to reply straight away. There's a loose puck in the slot, but the Ducks will go back the other way. Gurkovic feeds it over to the left-hand side as they try and get it back in towards Gurkovic, who's pushing forward. Now they still have it, the Ducks keeping in the zone, just trying to control it. They couldn't. That was Newman. Inferno through centre ice now. Salmons with speed. Cuts back at the left circle, gets a shot on Gargano, who makes a good save.
I just want to comment, like, we had a quick look at that head-to-head before the play resumed, and while on paper it looks like the Inferno are obviously getting more shots on, but it doesn't reflect how much time that the Ducks spend in the attacking zone. So they really are working hard this game.
Now the Inferno, Salmon's trying to backhand opportunities, loose in front of Gargano, who makes a good save. Stopping it right in front, point blank, shutting the door. Gargano, Salmon's now down behind the goal line, tries to go back up towards that left circle. The Ducks able to strip the puck and bounce it off the boards, and Newman will try and track it down now. Have a whistle.
Look, in order to keep that forward momentum, Ducks are really want to need to connect their passes and move it out of the zone by skating it up there. Icing is only going to exhaust them faster.
After face-off, the puck is just sitting on the dot. Now it does come out to the Inferno. Reader is trying to play that one across ice. The Inferno still have it, and they try and dump it in. Gallagher gets there for the Ducks. Scored late in that second period, did Neve Gallagher. The Ducks battling away, able to win the puck and exit the zone. And Inferno just trying to feed it back to their defender. Goes all the way in behind King, and there's a loose puck. Putting on the pressure on the forecheck was the Ducks. They started this third period. A lot of energy. Just fanning on that one, and now there's an opportunity for Reader trying to go backhand on Gargano. It's a loose puck. It's collected by the Inferno. It's a good save from Gargano. Slakowiak's got the puck now, just protecting it. Using the arm, they get a wrist shot towards Gargano, and that goes behind. Now there's a battle in the far corner. And the Ducks trying to exit, trying to play it through to Wilson Allen. Inferno take control though. Can't take clean entry. Wilkinson now on the puck. Gets stripped of it. Ryland takes over. Trying to feed that one into centre ice. They can't handle it, the Ducks. Bit of a scrappy play at the moment. Noddle now takes over for the Inferno. Just protecting it, going down low and then coming back up at that right circle. Still got it, does Noddle. Tries to backhand it towards the goal. Now's a shot towards goal and goes wide. And we have a whistle.
Ducks under a lot of pressure this period, and look, Gargano's doing an excellent job in just saving it, letting up some rebounds, which means Perth Inferno are keeping that puck active. But the Ducks are defending well. They've just got to get it out of the zone. They really need to get the passing right, to break out, get up to the other end.
Off the face-off now. Ducks just trying to exit their own zone. They're just having some trouble. Get that clean pass out, as Courtney was just saying. Now the Inferno take control and go in behind Gargano, just looking to feed it back in front, losing their handle on it, so have to backhand that one back in behind the net. Malcolm can't handle that one, bounces over the stick. The Inferno trying to keep it in the blue line. They do. Noddle, he's got the puck now, left circle. Noddle trying to dangle away through, couldn't get a shot away. Goes in behind Gargano. Now the Ducks finally able to skate clear. Nelson now going out wide, trying to cut back in, trying to go backhand on King. Goes out the other side. Mendham trying to keep it in. Prosic trying to put some pressure on the forecheck. Mendham tracking down this loose puck. Couldn't handle it. Salmons will break clear now. On defensive blue line now. Salmons takes all three zones. Loses the handle on it. Just happy to wrap it around. Clark Crumpton goes behind the goal line. Tries to look to cut back in front. Tries to wrap around and couldn't put it away. Just fanning on that one. It's the Inferno. They're still able to control it. Salmons finds Scala trying to feed it back in front. It's loose. Salmons on the backhand. Gargano makes a good save.
Credit to the Ducks there. They're doing a much better job getting the stick in the way. So they're not just watching Inferno skate through the spaces. They're getting in, swinging their sticks, and there's quite a few times where that puck gets off the Inferno stick and delays that momentum, which is great to see from the Ducks.
Off the face off, the Ducks look to go forward with speed, but just gets tied up near the red line and they lose possession. That was Scala doing a good job to get back defensively. Now Cooper. Abby Webb finds a weird bounce. Now the Ducks are in on goal now, trying to get a shot away. Couldn't. King reaches out, makes a save. That was Wilson Allen.
Great save from King. That's what I would call a sprawling save. Could see it was just out of normal range of reach, and make sure she's got that covered up.
Face off to the right of King. Gallagher has the puck. He's trying to feed it towards the slot. Bounces off some bodies. The Inferno take over. Try and shovel that one out. Bounces off the boards and Cashin controls it to Gallagher. Stringer. Just shovels that one. Gallagher will play it back to where it came from. Cashin. Gallagher. Just trying to chip that one to get it out. Can't. Inferno keep it in. Stringer trying to track the loose puck. It's still loose. Left circle. Just fans on that one. Trying to shoot for goals. The Inferno. They feed it back up to the blue line. Georgia McClellan Trying to work our way clear. They have the puck now, getting a shot on goal and scores. The Perth Inferno. Sophie Reeder. Second goal of the game. They lead at 6-2.
It's looks like one of the defence might have lost a stick in that sequence as she goes down the sticks. Nowhere near her. Cost a member of a defence. Perth capitalised on that beautifully. One thing Inferno do incredibly well, Andrew, is that they know how to make those sharp, crisp passes that open up space.
And Inferno, they keep on scoring. Noddle now. Behind the goal line, coming back in front, a backhand shot. And it's a good save from Gargano as the puck goes all the way back down towards King. And that'll be icing. Finals is next week, so scan the barcode on the screen to secure your tickets for the finals on February 28th and March 1st at O'Brien Icehouse in Melbourne, as a top four will do battle to lift the Joan McCown Trophy for 2026. Tickets are selling fast, so get in, secure your place for the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League finals. Inferno trying to get a shot towards Gargano. There's a loose puck in front, and the Ducks able to get it out towards the blue line, but they can't clear it completely. Still battling away the Ducks. The Inferno keep it in. Cooper will track this one down to the left circle. Goes down in behind the goal line. As the puck just gets held up. The Ducks able to shovel it out. The Inferno keep it in the zone again. Cashin battling away for the Ducks and able to just chip it out to the neutral zone. So they want to make a change, the Ducks. As Noddle trying to skate through with speed, but just gets stopped at the blue line. Now Nelson will go back the other way. Nelson trying to create space to shoot. Does get a shot away, but it goes into the legs. Gets the puck back though. Nelson just protecting it well. Now feeds it down low. Prosic spinning and turning. Feeds it back to Nelson. Wants to handle that one, and back the other way come the Inferno now. The Inferno, odd player rush developing here. The Inferno feeding it across. Good right pad save from Gargano. Big opportunity for the Perth Inferno, and Gargano slides across. Makes a big right pad save. That was a pass from Salmons. Now the puck is down in behind the Inferno goal line. The Ducks trying to battle away. Trying to win it. The Inferno, though, they take it away. Scala trying to feed it towards Salmons. Does come out to the neutral zone. Nelson has control for the Ducks and plays it across ice. Gurkovic now. Gurkovic in on goal, trying to go backhand. Goes through the blue paint. King's able to deal with that one. Now back the other way come the Perth Inferno now. Salmons now, right circle. Salmons on the backhand trying to get it past Gargano. Can't. Gargano stops it and then covers up.
Look, Gargano's just having an absolute blinder. Like, I know Perth's got a bit of a lead, but some of the stops that she's coming up with are still very incredible.
Someone we did highlight pre-game as the warm-ups were happening, Olivia Gargano, 16 years of age in net for the Melbourne Ducks, and a very, very bright future for the Australian hockey and Australian under-18 representative. Now the Ducks trying to get it out of their own zone, just trying to play it off the boards. As Newman pushing it forward. Only as far as Abby Webb. Just tries to control and skate clear, can't. The Ducks able to trap it in at the moment. Both teams just digging away at it along the boards. They get a shot towards goal. It was from Stringer, goes in behind. Willis and Allen Trying to collect it for the Ducks, but we have a whistle.
The referee's arm's up, so it'd be interesting to see who's in the penalty box for this. It's a 2-minute cross-check. So 2-minute cross-check to Inferno. So power play for the Ducks. This is an excellent opportunity with the man advantage to move that puck around well the way they have been so far, and just make that space and to add another goal to the tally.
Up the face-off. Gurkovic now. The blue line, top of the high slot, gets a big slap shot. There's plenty of bodies in the way of that one. And the Inferno able to clear. The Ducks coming in with a 17.91 percentage on the power play. They push that one forward. Inferno going at 84.34% on the penalty kill as they clear that one all the way back down to the Duck zone. Smolly Lakoviak is in the penalty box. The Ducks just trying to get something, a clean entry. They enter the Inferno zone now. Nelson just holds onto the puck and in that far corner goes in behind King now, does Nelson. Trying to feed it towards Newman, but it gets deflected into the netting.
Some good pressure from the Ducks, but the very seasoned Perth team are doing really well to just clear it out of the zone, dump it to the other end. So ideally the Ducks need to maintain possession, not let Perth get their stick on it.
Straight off the face-off, it puck flashes across the face of goal. Back to Gallagher now, high slot, looking for a shooting lane. Gets a wrist shot towards goal, it goes wide. It's score late in that second period. Neve Gallagher able to just chip that one in. 30 seconds to go, and Inferno go back short-handed the other way now. Scarlett, Deakin, dangling, gets a shot towards goal, and Gargano into the logo and holds on. We did have a correction in the YouTube comments, Courtney. Neve Gallagher did score for the Melbourne Ice in a single season, but a first goal for the Melbourne Ducks and her mum's birthday today.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mama Gallagher.
So fantastic to see Neve score on mum's birthday for the Melbourne Ducks, and the first goal for the Ducks in the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. They got 7 seconds remaining on this power play. They'll go forward now. They just dump it in. As Molly Lakoviak set to come out of the penalty boxes. The Ducks try and feed it back in front. They can't. There's Lakoviak there now as Gallagher gets across and does well to break up that play. Fantastic defensive play. Inferno try and go down that right-hand side. They do enter the Duck zone, but the Ducks have got numbers. Ryland now. Just spinning and playing it in behind Gargano. In to find Wilkinson. Cross face of Gargano. Cashin gets there first. Falls over. There's a bouncing puck now. Goes into the neutral zone, and now Morgan with speed will collect it, go through centre ice and cut back in and get taken down, and an arm in the air. It looks like the Ducks will go back on the power play.
Yeah, just highlighting why Morgan's been my favourite of the game for the Ducks so far. She's getting the puck, skating really well, you know, drawing that penalty to put her team on the advantage. So hopefully, look, it would be good to see the Ducks capitalise and just close that score gap a little bit more.
They do say speed kills, and when you can hit the puck with speed and skating to the zone, it causes all sorts of trouble. As Gargano plays this in behind the net, there's Salmons comes in fast, short-handed. We've seen that this season as well. Perth Inferno through Salmons. Short-handed. Ducks now, they enter the Inferno zone. Over in that right circle, just lay it off to Gurkovic, who will try and dump it down low. Try and feed it back in front, and it's cut off, and now Salmons will go back the other way as Gurkovic hurries back defensively for the Ducks. And a great stick from Jelena Gurkovic to break up that Salmons opportunity as Nelson now takes over. 1:07 remaining in the penalty. Nelson now skate forward, take the zone. Now in behind the goal line. Prosic now, right circle, back to Nelson. Goes up to Gurkovic at the blue line, and a big slap shot, and as the body's in front looking for a redirect, but King's able to make the save.
Some great movement of the puck from the Ducks. And look, I have to be honest, Doogie, this Ducks team don't look like they're getting tired. They are still pushing, they're still skating well, they're getting in the way, they're getting their sticks in the way, and if Inferno score any more, they're going to have to work hard for it.
Absolutely. The Ducks are continuing to just grind away here. Gallagher plays that across ice. The Ducks enter the zone. Just try and dump it back to the blue line, but there's plenty of pressure. But they're able to keep it in. A good stick from Gallagher again and get a wrist shot towards King. Trying to look for that redirect. Back up to the blue line. Gallagher. Newman tries a wrist shot that goes wide. Back up to Gallagher. Newman tries another wrist shot. Goes wide and just hits some legs and bounces out to the far side. Gallagher doing a mountain of work defensively in this period. The last few shifts, trying to cut back in to shoot as well, and goes down. No call on the play, and Inferno lift it up. And they work hard now to get back there and collect that puck. Out that right circle. Trying to get a shot on goal. That was Sophie Reader. He's on hat-trick watch. His Reader still has the puck now. Loses it. Ducks get a stick in there. Now it's McKenzie. Skating with the puck in behind Gargano. Holding on to it, McKenzie. Now looking on the backhand to lift it. Goes into some bodies. Had plenty of time. The Ducks cleared it. Zoe Webb will get back there for the Inferno. Finds Reader. Just shovels that one along the boards. Morgan trying to get it into the zone and does. Keeps working away, does Morgan. Bailey. Inferno just trying to dump it in. It goes straight into the body of Ryland. He's able to get out to the neutral zone, and the Inferno just slap that one in again. Yates gets stripped of the puck now, trying to feed it towards that short side. Trying to catch Gargano out. Morgan brings it out to the neutral zone and falls over. They're able to push it into the Inferno zone, but they're able to break out again, the Inferno, but Prosic does well to get back defensively. They still have it though, the Inferno, trying to get a shot towards goal as Salmons now feeds it towards goal, and Gargano makes a good save and a big slap shot, and it gets blocked. Some bodies in front. Now back the other way, Gurkovic with speed, all three zones, takes the blue line, cuts back in, looking to shoot, does get a shot towards King, but not much on it. And King makes a save.
That's the kind of shot that I think Sasha King will just stop any day of the week, unfortunately. It's really getting in that two skaters or three skaters in and passing the puck between them to move her around. That's how they're going to score.
Gurkovic just controlling things at the blue line for the Ducks. Able to find Nelson. Nelson just a wrist shot towards King, who makes a save, and it was a rebound. I'm not sure if King was ready for it, but stopped it anyway.
That was much better play. A great screen from what looks like Mendham in front of the net, and good movement. Much better puck movement from the Ducks. Look, if you're a Ducks fan at home, I think you'd be pretty happy with how your team's playing this period.
Puck's on that far side, and the Ducks try to get a shot towards King. As a loose bouncing puck. They get another opportunity here, the Ducks. Big slap shot from Gurkovic. That gets deflected into the glass. They feed it back towards Nelson. Couldn't control that one. The Inferno will go back the other way. Trying to feed it across to that far side and beat everyone. Now they feed it back in front and get a shot on Gargano. Makes a save. Another loose puck. Another save. And spinning and shooting. And Gargano keeps it out. And then the defence comes in. Inferno with a wrist shot towards goal. And they score. So pressure kept mounting. And they get one to go past Gargano to extend their lead. 7-2.
I think you're spot on there, Doogie, that they applied pressure over and over and over and found the back of the net.
Novatsis, it looks like, with the wrist shot.
And a bit of a screen.
As Gargano made some saves, repeat saves there in that sequence, but just a relentless pressure from the Inferno. It is Novatsis. Now the Ducks in their own zone, trying to skate it out behind the goal line. We have an arm in the air. So the Ducks will get a power play opportunity. Face off to the left of King. And a touch over 2 minutes remaining in this third period. Ducks win it off the face-off. They try and get a shot towards King. It goes wide. That was from Mendham. They keep it into the blue line, the Ducks. Newman trying to push it forward. Big collision over near that left circle. Mendham is still down. And his body's over near the boards. As Mendham gets to her feet now.
Oh,
and
that
after
was
the whistle,
very silly.
Johnson goes down.
I was about to say, it's just very sort of scrappy play as we get to the end of the game, and then that was very after the whistle. A bit silly from Inferno, especially when we're so close to finals. Making silly little mistakes like that, it could cost you. She's obviously said something to her that she didn't like.
Yeah, there wasn't much in that one. And the Ducks have got some 5-on-3 time now as Gurkovic just walks the blue line and holds onto the puck. Goes all the way down to that right circle. Tries to feed it to Nelson. Nelson, the high slot, gets a wrist shot towards goal. It goes wide. Prosic collects it behind the net. Feeds it back to Gurkovic. Finds Nelson. Gurkovic with a one-timer. It goes into the body.
The referee just indicating the Ducks were in the blue paint in the crease, so he will take them out of the zone. And look, it's not ideal for the Ducks to put themselves in that position. They do have the advantage, and they will really want to keep it in the zone. Not many people know that rule, but it's and not many people often break it, but it's an interesting one.
Neutral zone face-off. Gurkovic takes control after the Ducks win it. Will enter the zone and just pull the brakes on. Finds Nelson. Nelson just dumps it back off to Gurkovic. Find Nelson again, who gets a shot towards goal and goes in behind King's net as bodies collide behind the net. It's Johnson trying to make a pass, and the Inferno able to clear it all the way down the ice. 54 seconds remaining in the game. As the Inferno lead this one 7-2. Now Gurkovic with speed takes a zone. The right circle. He feeds it back up to the blue line as Cashin now dumps it off to Nelson. Nelson gets a shot towards goal and it just hits some bodies. Doesn't make it all the way to King. As the Inferno just play it out. Nelson plays it across ice, finds Morgan, just loses the handle on that one. Now Salmons will go back the other way with speed, 1-on-1 with Gargano. Salmons shoots, and Gargano makes a good save.
Unfortunately, Doogie, this is not how the Ducks need to be playing. Seemed like a bit of a miscommunication between two players on the blue line and resulted in a very dangerous player like Sarah Salmons taking it for a run. Gargano did a phenomenal job stopping it, but yeah, that communication is really crucial for the Ducks to not make those little mistakes.
Yeah, the Ducks will go forward now with time winding down in the game. 10 seconds remaining. Cooper gets a wrist shot towards Gargano, but that goes wide. Goes out the other side, all the way back out to the neutral zone with time winding down on the game. And that'll do it. The Perth Inferno, they continue on their winning way, taking this game 7-2 over the Melbourne Ducks. In what was an interesting game, the Perth Inferno did dominate for large parts of it, but the Melbourne Ducks did have their opportunities. They put away a couple of goals in that third period. Nelson started it off for the Ducks, and it was Rita with her second of the night, and then Navatsas with a beautiful wrist shot to seal things off for the Perth Inferno in this third period. They take the win 7-2. They continue on some good form, Courtney, heading into finals. They finished on top of the standings, and their main stars are getting in amongst the goals and the points again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both teams put in a good battle. The Ducks kept the Inferno out for a long time. It was very late in the first period before they scored. And I think we saw probably one of the best Ducks games this season. It felt like they stuck it out to the end. I didn't feel like they got as tired as I've seen them get in previous games. And I enjoyed watching that. And honestly, I don't think the score and shots on really reflects how hard the Ducks worked. They did spend a lot of time up in the attacking zone where Perth had to defend, and a lot of the Inferno players actually blocked the shots that weren't making it through to King. So to me, it's one of those games where the box score doesn't really reflect how well the Ducks played.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was a very entertaining game for both teams, and despite the Ducks still searching for that first win of their debut season in the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League, you can see the improvement each week for them. They're getting better. They're finding opportunities in front of net, and they're finding little gems, as we did speak about before the game. Players like Olivia Gargano, who was outstanding tonight, Courtney, in between the net for the Ducks despite the scoreline. They are finding little pockets of positivity to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if they can just tighten up their passing, like some of the individual mistakes that are being made, like just dropping the puck or not communicating with each other to keep skating with it, those little things will make a big difference to their game.
So as a Perth Inferno, they take this one 7-2 on the first of a doubleheader weekend. They will return tomorrow morning at 10:45 a.m. local time here in Perth, Western Australia. Another second half of a back-to-back at Cockburn Ice Arena between these two teams. Ben Chalker will be the play-by-play commentator. Alongside Ben will be Courtney Kinnison as a colour commentator and analyst. We are Thought Fox Media Group. I'm Andrew McDougall. Alongside me was Courtney Kinnison. We hope you enjoyed the coverage, and this is the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League, and we'll see you next time.